two-step sandbox. We're gonna be turning this Tuggy Sandbox into a seaworthy vessel to take on the open water. That's really cool. I didn't know it did that. Full disclaimer, guys, for the past week, I have been nursing a very injured, bad neck sprain. Messed up my neck really bad about a week ago. I'm finally at the point where I'm feeling good, starting to get outside, do a little more, move around. But, you know, if you see me taking things slowly, taking my time, being careful, maybe the occasional wince of pain, that's what's going on. Doctor said all you should be doing this weekend is getting lots of rest. I told him, rest assured, this Tuggy Sandbox is going to hit the water, Doc. All right, couple things we need to know about the Tuggy. It's got this hollow edge all the way around, whether it be pool noodles or something. I'm gonna shove it all up inside of here. Now we're gonna take some expanding foam, some great stuff for whatever's cheapest, and shoot it up in there, get everything sealed off, and we're gonna put some horsepower on this thing. So that means I'll have to find a way to build a transom. We'll figure it out. And no, I'm of course not claiming this to be my original idea. This is a trend I'm jumping on. I've seen it done a few times, and I'm like, I've gotta give this thing a try. It looks awesome. With that being said though, of course gotta put my own spin on it. 99% of the times I've seen this done, it's been with a trolling motor. I've seen one or two that have like a little 2 horsepower single cylinder motor, but it wouldn't be a Boat Busters video if I didn't try to push the envelope as much as possible. So what's that mean? What do I plan to power this with? Let me show you. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. We are going to be powering our Tuggy Sandbox build with a 4 horsepower Evinrude 2-cylinder. This is gonna be the setup. Time to jump in the truck, head to Lowe's, go on a supply run. No blueprints. I've already got a bunch of scrap wood. I just need to get a few things. Need to get some spray foam to fill the boat with. And yeah, we're just gonna throw something together and kind of play it by ear and wing it. And it should be all right. Did get some pool noodles as well. Well, I have severely misjudged the amount of pool noodles I need to fill the space, so time to go buy some more. All right, well, we definitely made sure we won't need a 3rd trip. Hopefully no kids want to go swimming with a noodle anytime soon, because Lowe's is fresh out. All right, she is completely packed full. Now for some spray foam. We got the extra noodles fully sprayed in. All the gaps are filled with spray foam. We're gonna let it dry and it'll expand overnight, and then we'll see what we got. All right, Tuggy's foam has set up nicely on the bottom. Whole purpose of the foam is to give this floor some nice structural integrity. Now we need a transom. Honestly, it feels pretty sturdy. I'm gonna go ahead and hang this motor and just give it a quick test run, see what we're working with. So even the 4 horsepower, I mean, obviously it's plastic, there's gonna be a little flex, but it's hanging on there nicely. I'm not gonna try and reinvent the wheel here and completely build and fabricate a scratch transom for Tuggy. This thing was made for the open water. Somehow kids just got a hold of it and decided to put sand in it and play with it and just waste its true potential, but this thing's already built for the job. I think the plan here though, I'm gonna cut a hole right here. I'm gonna slide some wood in. I've got some scrap aluminum that I'm gonna put here, and I'm gonna run some long bolts through the back, through the plywood, and then some nice washers and nuts on the end, just to kind of give the entire thing a bit more integrity. Space it out with some aluminum so it's not ripping on plastic. We'll have wood, aluminum, nice bolts holding it together. I think that should give Tuggy plenty of stability. Probably should have done this step before I put the pool noodles and expanding foam in, but with the whole neck sprain, I've gotten a solid 3 hours of sleep per night for the past week and have been on a stupid amount of medication, so I'm gonna give myself a pass for that. All right, actually, I've given it some second thought, and I think instead of cutting through the top, I should just remove the noodles and foam from underneath the transom here, put it in from the bottom the right way, and then I'll throw whatever noodles and foam back in that I can Wasn't thinking clearly, but not a big deal. After a little bit of manipulation and convincing, we've got a section of wood placed back in there. It's pretty sturdy. It's right where it needs to be. Nothing's holding it in except pool noodles right now, but now that it's set there, we're gonna drill through it and get it set in place. I'm gonna shove all these noodles back in and give it a little bit more foam on top. All right, wood's in place, being held in just by the force of the pool noodles. So now we're ready to drill some holes through the transom. All right, those are in. First hole is a little bit too low. Whoops, that's why they make Flex Seal, right? All right, now we're gonna put some aluminum on the back and then we'll have a nice sheet of metal, wood, everything being clamped together should give this a lot more stability. All right, after a little more tinkering, this is what we are left with. We shared some of the aluminum on the back. Everything's locked down and this thing it's got metal on both sides going through wood in the middle. I mean, this thing feels super solid. That ain't going nowhere. I'm finally done with my Boeshield ad.
How'd that get in there?
I encountered a really big issue when I drilled holes through the back of the Tuggy boat in order to run my bolts through and build the transom. And guys, I went through multiple layers of expanding foam and pool noodles. Look at how crusty and disgusting this thing is. It is glued on there. It's nasty stuff. But we do have a hero in this story. Boom, baby, blade and bit, resin, gum, and pitch remover by none other than Boeshield T9. This is gonna clean this blade up immensely. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna give it a little coating here. All right, 2 minutes later, look at how easily this stuff is just peeling right off, guys. All that gunk completely removed. This stuff is the real deal. We also, of course, can't forget how Boeshield rust-free rust and stain remover makes these rust spots disappear in under 60 seconds. We already know what rust-free, guys. It does its job, and it does its job well. Guys, make sure to click the link in the description to check out Boeshield's full line of products. I would not put you guys on to some bad products. These guys are the real deal. Their team is fantastic. Thank you so much, Boeshield, for sponsoring the video. Back to the Tuggy. Okay, now that the transom's finished up, we gotta flip this thing over and we gotta put something underneath to seal the whole boat up. Don't show this to my doctor. To get the bottom smoothed out, I'm just gonna do a quick saw and then I'll sand it down. Not exactly sure what type of material I'm gonna put down here yet. We're gonna go to Lowe's and see what's available, but just need to see how big we need it. All right, we need it 5 foot long. We need 44 inches wide. 60 by 44. All right, so we picked up some Kingspan Green Guard LG foam. This is just standard insulation board. However, this is a closed cell foam, so it should have no issues with water. Also got some 1/2 inch plywood here. The plan is we're gonna cut this to shape. We're gonna screw this to the bottom of the Tuggy boat just for some rigidity. Is that a word? Rigidity? Whatever, we're gonna screw that to the bottom of the Tuggy boat to make it more stable and structurally sound on the floor. And then we are gonna finish it off by cutting out some of this closed cell foam to put on the very bottom. We're gonna Flex Seal the whole thing and it should be good to go. Okay, last thing we did, I did put some flex tape around the entire edge, covering everything up. I also sprayed more Flex Seal on top and covered all of the screw holes with more Flex Seal. That's about all I can do. I think Tuggy either floats or she doesn't. We're gonna let this thing dry and then we're gonna find out. Okay, we are here at the boat launch. We just got Tuggy carried down to the bank. My buddy Dan is gonna bring his rescue boat over to the ramp, and then he's gonna meet me around to the bank, and we'll get the motor dropped onto the Tuggy and see what happens. Come on, Tuggy. I need you to float for me. She's floating without my added 225 pounds. All right. No water so far. Thanks, Dan. Sits first. We do have a bit of an audience on the bank. This is a high pressure situation. We'll see how it goes. Motor's on, pumping her up. We're gonna see. There we go, baby. There we go.
Okay, let's go.
I accidentally beached it. Dan's probably making fun of me through the drone. We hit a rock for sure. All right, we made it. All right, let's kick up this gas. Surprise, surprise, we are back in the garage. I don't know how it happened, but I lost my original outro, but that's okay. The Tuggy was a huge success, bone dry, awesome build, tons of fun out on the lake. If you don't want to subscribe yet, I get it. Your subscriptions are precious. I've got to earn that. So keep tuning back in for new videos. I'm gonna get you to click that button, whether it's this video, next week's video, or a video in 3 years. It's gonna happen. Thank you guys so much for supporting this growing channel. It just truly means the world to me, and I'm so thankful for you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tons more coming soon. Have a great night.